Hey everyone, this is the ShutInBakas. My name is Chris. So we are back for some more seasonal anime of, the winter 2022 season. I'm going to go on record and say right now, I think this will be my show of the season. Perhaps that's going to be a really controversial take because there's Demon Slayer, there's Attack on Titan. I'm not watching yet because I'm catching up on it, but I'll make a video on that sooner or later. There's all sorts of good shows going on this season, including My Dress Up Darling, which is surprisingly good. But Slow Loop is extremely underrated. So basically, as soon as this came out, everyone was like, "Oh, it's just a fishing anime, it's just some cute girls doing fishing." And while yes, that is true, it's got more substance to it than you might think. So basically, Slow Loop is about a girl who really likes fishing. It was like her favorite pastime with her father, which passed away a while back. And basically, she meets this girl while she's fishing by herself, and they have a little fun time. She shows off her fishing skills and all that jazz. And basically, it's like, oh yeah, I've got to meet my mother's boyfriend or something, and then that girl's like, oh yeah, my father's meeting her. I'm meeting my father's girlfriend tonight with her daughter. And then they go home, and it's like, oh okay, I guess we're sisters now because they're married or whatever. And yeah, I mean it's surprisingly deep. Like, not in like a Evangelion, it's so deep, not that way, but it's deep in the way of basically these girls are really sad deep down, but they're putting up fronts because, they've got to not worry their parents or their classmates, and it's got very depressing undertones, but they're making each other happy because, they're together and they're confiding in each other, more or less. Whereas before, they didn't have anyone to confide in. And I think one of the good, interesting plots will be later on, because obviously the kids aren't really used to hanging out with their new stepmother and stepfather, respectively. So they're like, it's kind of like living with a complete stranger. So yeah, I think it will be interesting if maybe they try and say, oh well, you guys aren't my parents, you're not my mother, you're not my father, so stop pretending you are. Like, those sorts of plot points would be drama, but it would also make the show a bit more interesting. But yeah, anyway, that's a very, very slim case of what this show could do, and also what the show is about. So basically, it's a great show. The animation is really good. I really like the backgrounds. It's surprisingly well animated, and the character designs are super cute. Like, goddamn. It's done by the studio Connect, which, if we go over here, Connect basically has been doing not a lot that I know. Just to name off a few, they've done Strike the Blood, Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody, and a whole bunch of other shows that I don't know. So it's honestly very surprising because they're doing like Yuru Camp and non-Biori levels of quality here for a slice of life, but they're a show that no one really cares about and just came out of nowhere. So I'm happy. It's a very good show, because if you're just wanting something to sit down, relax after a long hard day of work, this is great, because you just let the show go and it'll relax you. Unless you're not into the whole fish beheading thing, because that's fairly prominent. Yeah, one thing I'm not a huge fan of is the let's gut the fish. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of watching, fishes get brutalized, and I'll go on record, when I was in school, I'd never did the the dissection stuff in science classes because I found that too gross. Yeah, I know, I'm a woman. But I could not handle that. I'm not very good with blood and innards, so yeah. And this is coming from the guy who watched Higurashi, so leave that up to your discretion as to what the hell happened there. But Yeah, anyway, Slow Loop, very underrated show of the season. If you haven't watched it, go give it a try, because if you like shows like Non Non Biori or Yuru Camp, you'll love this show because it's very much like this is Yuru Camp but fishing, basically. That's what this show is. But there's a lot more drama to it so far. Well, not drama per se, but like kind of like darker themes, like the depression of having your parent die, that sort of thing. Like Eurocamp didn't have that. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I'm moving now, and now I'm seeing Mount Fuji. That's about it. But yeah, this one's a bit deeper in that respect, but I feel like it's not going to be like a overwhelming part of the story. It's just going to be like a reminder of these two characters are very similar. But yeah, anyway, that's all I wanted to say about this very underrated show of the season. As you can see, it's got a popularity rank of 3,000, which is not very good. I think it's one of the lower ranked shows in popularity of the season. So be sure to go watch it. It's worth your time. It's worth the first episode. If you don't really care for it, that's fine. It's obviously slice of life, and healing shows aren't for everyone if you're just wanting to watch Eren Yeager beat up people in a giant-ass Titan battle. But I think everybody needs a show like this every now and then, because it's basically just, it makes you feel better, it makes you feel nice. So anyway, I'll stop sucking his dick now. Thanks all for watching. Be sure to like, dislike, subscribe, comment, telling me what you thought about Slow Loop if you've seen it, or if you're interested in it, let me know. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.